am I seeing heat press?
Why are you seeing?
Heat
I don't
press.
know. It is lagging. You're supposed to be seeing my face by now.
And no, I've seen your face. I was saying, why was I seeing heat press?
Because hey, well, do you know I've gone live already? I'm such an unserious person. Hi, good evening. Thank you
Hi.
so much for joining. We're live.
Because
I'm so fine, no. Jesus.
tell me,
I can't believe it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do this. I'm going to be distracted a lot here. But yeah, once it's 7, we can start. You by chance have a slide? Let me know.
No, no.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Tamino, tamino, tamino. It's 7 p.m. Hello, everybody. Good day, wherever you're watching us from. You're welcome to the second edition of this amazing webinar. Um, I don't know, in the comment section, just let me know where you're watching us from, whether you're in Nigeria or outside of the world, outside of Nigeria, right? So just say, your name and wherever you're watching us from while we wait for more people to join us. We need your engagement to the comment section. I also want to say welcome to our speaker. She's already on ground. Miss Deborah, you're welcome. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us. Okay, I can see Leki Oke Favor. She says she's watching us from Nigeria. Where exactly in Nigeria? I mean, so yeah, it'd be nice to put where exactly in Nigeria. So you're welcome. You're welcome. So I think we'll just start now. You're welcome to the Doing Business Gospel webinar. This is the second edition, and I think you actually want to go and watch the replay of the first edition. And this edition, we are having a guest speaker and we're going to be talking about building intentionally. My name is Duwamidre Jaye. I am a business owner. I've been running business for about 3 years now. We're even closing in on our fourth year. And so far, I mean, we started very roughly, but God has helped us and we have gone quite far. I mean, God has helped us. And we went from a place of doing business based on vibes to doing business God's way, right? And one of the ways to do business God's way is actually building with intention. So, what does it mean to build with intention? Can I hear from us in the comment section? I'll be reading out some comments actually. You've heard the word building, you've heard the word intention. For you as a business owner, what does it actually mean? So that we will know, the ground from which you are starting, and how at the end of this webinar we'll know how this webinar has helped you. So let's hear from you. What does it mean to build with intention? For me, actually, building with intention means you know what exactly that you are doing. You know why you are doing what you are doing. You know what it means to be doing what you are doing, and you have a vision, right? You kind of like know where you are going with what you are doing. And in business, I think that this is very, very important. That's why this webinar is not something that business owners want to miss. So you want to share the link with your friends, you want to tell them to come on here to come and learn good stuff for free, right? And we'll be bringing up our guest speaker in like next 2 minutes. So I want to hear from you. What does it mean to build with intention? You've heard from me what I think it means to build with intention, and I want to hear from you what it means for you to build with intention. I'll just be taking like two responses and then we'll go straight into the session. Okay, the Jedi Paul Sharon says that okay, she introduced herself. She said she's from Ile-Ife, Osun State, Nigeria, Africa. That's nice. And she said for her, it means to be proactive, to be strategic and diligent. Oh, that's nice. That's really good. It means that she's building with a destination or goal in mind. And that's quite similar to what I mentioned the other time too. So does any other person want to say something before we have our guest speaker take the stage? Okay, I'm not seeing any other comments. So, Miss Deborah, you have the floor now. Thank you.
Hi guys. Hi everyone. Can please confirm that you can hear me?
Yes, 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 I can hear you. The audience can also confirm in the chat box that they can hear you.
Okay, so hi, good evening everybody. Hi to mommy. Nice to see your shining after exam face.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let me confirm how many hours do we have first of all?
We have about 40 to 45 minutes and then we'll take questions.
Okay, let's see. So okay, thank you, Sharon. Thank you for that feedback. So I intentionally don't have a slide because I just want to share sample stories that would help you get the point of today's event. Yeah, let's call it event. And so, hi everyone. My name is Deborah Olugbade. Now Deborah Deoba by the Wisha. The mommy, are you fine?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Um, so today I'm here to talk about doing business with intention. I feel like this is a setup for the moment, but okay. I'm the founder of Hearts and Intentions, a gift store located in Lagos, Nigeria, and that's why she has called me here. Um, I actually enjoy talking to business owners, so it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Mommy. And I'm going to start today's event talk by sharing about how I started Hearts and Intentions because it was basically just doing things with intentions. That's what is going to sound cliche because I'm going to use it a lot, but yes, stay with me. It was in 2022, 2023, and I had the nudge, or like we all say, I heard the Holy Spirit talk about you should do a gifts business and all of that. Now before that, I didn't even know that the name was eventually going to become Hearts and Intentions, but it did, and God knew what He was doing. Like we do say, God has a sense of humor. So, and ever since then, it's been a roller coaster plus sweet ride of having to stay in what God has asked me to do, which is basically doing business with Him and not looking at the what is out there. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do that, but at the end of the day, we always have to remember that you have to come back to, excuse me, the assignment that God has given. Now, what does it mean to do business with intention? What does it mean to do business with God? If you are a Christian, you don't have a choice. Now, I'm not saying that every once you start a business, it's already a Christian business. I mean, how do they say it? A faith business? No. But if you are a Christian and you understand the love of God, you understand how much that God is intentional about us. Because imagine somebody sending his son to die for you. So yeah, that is intentionality in its own self. Like I can't even imagine. Nobody can do that. Nobody can. Nobody else can die for you, right? So imagine somebody sending his son to die for you. Imagine the how he planned everything out, even the excellence around everything. Now, if you understand that, if you've come to the knowledge of that, you would understand that you have no choice than to do things God's way, than to do things excellently, because God is an excellent God. It's like I have a father who is a, how do I put it, who is a big time businessman, who is a multi-billionaire, and then me, I now want to be doing business anyhow. You can already see that it doesn't work that way. People will expect that her father does so well. Why is she not doing so well? Why is she doing business haphazardly? Why is she not delivering customers orders? Meanwhile, her father's business is doing fine. So that is literally how I see it. So even there are times when I want to do something for a customer and I'm like, well, let's just do it. And then I'm like, there's something in my head that's like, what are we doing? How did we get here? You know that we don't do that here. So that's one of the ways of working with God, or one of the ways of doing business with God. You would understand that no matter what, no matter how hard it is, you don't have a choice than to do that thing excellently well. Now, when I see the way some people handle businesses, when I see the way some people handle businesses, and I know that these people are Christians, I'm like, it means that you are yet to do, they are yet to understand how this thing works, right? Sorry, excuse me. Mommy, are you trying to do something?
Not really. I don't know what's happening, but please go on.
Okay, so God is so intentional about us, about His children. In fact, about everybody. Before, even aside His children, aside people who are in quotes in the world, God is intentional about them. So, how much more you? It means you can't do things random. You can't do things as let's just do it. Let's just see how it goes. No, you cannot do it. I typically tell people that. Sorry, hold on. Okay. I typically tell people that if you understand God's love, I mean, in hearts and intentions, I say that why hearts and intentions exist, aside the gift, is because we want to show people how much God's love is to us, how much God loves us. So imagine exhibiting that in human flesh, right? And it's one of those things of doing business with God. Now, I'm going to talk about today's topic on one is the sorry, four pillars, and that is whatever business you are doing. I understand that some people feel Am I? Can you still hear me? Because it's saying connection lost. Let me know if you can still hear me.
Okay, I can hear you now. We stopped hearing you at some point, but I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. That means it's back. So I was saying that I'm going to talk about today's topic under four pillars, and the first pillar is your assignment. Now, I sell gifts. It's very easy to say that everybody is selling gifts. What's different about you? But I've come to understand that that's an assignment for me, and that's number one pillar. It's an assignment for me. In whatever you are doing, even if it is biscuits that you are selling on the roadside, I want you to have a sit back with God and understand this biscuit that I'm selling. Beyond selling these biscuits, what exactly am I supposed to be doing? Like, what exactly is this selling of biscuits doing? Yes, it might not be so for everybody, and like I said, not every business owned by a Christian is like a faith business. Although I'm not expecting a Christian to go and be selling alcohol, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, so not every business, but still, it doesn't mean that they have to do things haphazardly. But you, if you are saying, "Oh, I want to do business with God," what exactly is this? Um, how exactly am I fulfilling assignments? Yes, with this. And if you feel like, oh, it's not necessary for you, fine and good. There's no harm to that. But if you are saying, okay, oh, I'm doing this business intentionally, I'm doing this business with God, how exactly, what exactly beyond that thing that I'm doing is it fulfilling? What's my assignment? Like I mentioned, for us in our intention is the fact that we're trying to show others that God loves us. It means we should love other people. And one way of showing people love is through gifts. You can see
Yeah.
how I have connected it, and it sounds very random, but that is it for me. For the one me that has the earlier brand is spreading the light of God. She is spreading the light of God. In fact, I also have a brand that is like the mommy. There was a time I'm like, she be just shit that we are doing. What's all this? What's all this that we're saying? Oh, we're spreading the light, can come. But we've seen messages, we've seen testimonials of people saying, I mean, today I intentionally did not wear t-shirt today because I'm like, let's wear something
Me
different. But
too. Me
90% of
too.
90% of the time you will see me in a t-shirt, and it's
God,
not
what
it
the
can
same.
never be blank. You can never see me in a blank t-shirt. And before, people used to ask me, why do you always have some, I mean, why should my t-shirt be blank when I can use it to spread a message, when I can use
Exactly.
it to tell somebody about. So you can never see me wear a blank if I have to go out, and maybe I bought a t-shirt, and the night before I was expecting that I would quickly customize it to
Oh my God.
because I want to wear it out. And maybe NEPA does not bring light. I will rather go and wear an old t-shirt than wear that new blank t-shirt, because
I
why am
can
I wearing a
relate.
blank t-shirt?
Opportunity.
it's waste of influence. Do you get, for every moment of my life there has to be something that is influencing. I'm not saying, oh, every hour, every second of your life, oh, is you are influencing for God, but for every opportunity that I have in that simple instance, it has to be to a use, whether for my whatever I'm influencing is still from God, right? But yeah, I hope you do get the point. So first thing is your assignment. What is God asking you to do with this business? And you feel like, oh, he just wants you to make money with it. That's something. He wants you to make money with it. Why does he want you to make money with it? What's that money meant for? Is it meant to be used for missions? Is it meant to be used for orphanage home? Why? There always has to be a why to whatever you are doing. So yes. And now the second pillar that I would move to. Before I move to the second pillar, I hope everybody is following. I hope that you are getting something. Please, I don't mind seeing the chart of, okay, well, this is what I'm picking as we go along. So I know that it's not only me and mommy that are here.
Yes, please
So the second
let's
pillar,
type what we are learning in the comments.
okay. So the second pillar I would move to would be, what does Yeah. Yes, exactly. What does God want you to do? The second pillar I would move to is structure. Business, the that business gogon that you are doing. How exactly are you doing it? Somebody said something earlier. I'm going to look for it. That for her, building with intention is being proactive, strategic, and very and diligent. I smiled when I saw that because that's where I'm coming to under the second pillar. Because it's very easy, especially if you work from your house, if you are running your business from your personal space, it's very easy to be lazy about the business that you are doing because you are just like, especially if you also now have a maybe second source of income. If you are doing business and you say you are doing business with God, He does not expect you to be lazy about it. He does not expect you to show up today and you not show up for another 2 weeks. What exactly are you doing? Maybe I should just close down. He expects you that you show up every day when you can. Of course, there are days when we are tired. There are days that I wake up, I'm like, I'm not standing up from my bed today. That's an entirely different case. But on a very normal day, I mean, it is my source of it is for me sef, it is my only source of income aside God. I mean, it's still part of it, but it's my source of income. I should not come and be lazy about what am I not doing. God is not a lazy God. He's a very diligent person. He works with excellence. He cannot expect me to do less. So every day I'm waking up and asking, okay, what are we doing today? What am I working on in this business? What am I working for? What am I working about? Who am I saying? In as little as oh, I have a content to shoot. Sometimes when I'm tired and I'm like, oh, I beg, I don't tire. I'm not doing again. I'm not shooting this content. I remember that I'm putting out, I'm not building a show up today, don't show up tomorrow business. I'm building a legacy. I'm building something that is supposed to stand the test of time. If I had a worker and they tell me, oh, they are not showing up today, how would I feel? I should be able to put myself on that same pedestal and show up every day diligently, show up with excellence, deliver properly, deliver what the customer has ordered. On the days, or even on the days where it feels like, oh no, nobody is buying anything, the question I'm asking myself is, what else can I be doing? What inner work can I be doing? What structure am I setting in place till, okay, a customer comes to order? What structure am I setting in place that would even bring in that customer? Me and ChatGPT with a fact. I'm sure that ChatGPT is tired of me because sometimes when I'm bored, the what I just go and do is, oh, I'm trying to build structure for this. What can I do? And I realized that down the line on certain days it becomes useful for me. But on that day when I'm doing it, I feel like, what are you even doing? So doing building with structure, building with intention is waking up every day as much as you can and asking what are the right things to do in this business beyond, oh, I'm buying and selling for profit, I just want to make money. What exactly is the legacy of this business? Where is it headed to? Excuse me. There are certain documents that we have in hearts and intentions that if some people should see it, they will be like, your own is too much. Even me, sometimes I tell myself my own is too much because, and see what happened. You've not gotten to this stage. But on the days where I'm less busy, I don't have any much work that I'm doing. I can as well just sit down and be doing that. And my for my own self now, I like documentation a lot. I like putting things, organizing things together. So it makes it easy for me. In fact, if you leave me, that's where I will sit down and somebody else should go and be selling market. Somebody else should go and be marketing for us. Let me just be here and be building structure of the business. I feel like they'll get to a point where that's all I'll be doing, sha. But that's no story for today. So yes, building with intention is asking God, what exactly where exactly are we headed? What exactly do I need to do to where we are headed? In Hearts and Intentions, we have an Instagram page called Heartsmiths. You would most likely not find any small growing brand that has something like that. You see things with that with brands like Piggyvest, um Paystack, humans of paystack and all of that. But I know where we are headed. I know what it means for us. I know the kind of culture that I want to build for the brand. And till I'm not waiting till we are large. I mean, we're five in hearts and intentions, now we're three, like overall, including our community. Because we also have a community. So I'm not waiting till we are big, big. Some days when I go to that page, because when I wanted to start it, I was like, Auntie, what's all this? Why this? But I knew it was laid in my heart to do that because for me, for us in Hearts and Intentions, building with intention is having a culture of people. I tell my team that if we cannot have a culture of what we are preaching within us, then there's no point. So a culture of love, a culture of intentionality. If we are not having that culture within us, how there's no way we want to put it or preach it to people in quotes that show this love and all. So even that when we do the end of year, we do like an end of year get together. It's not because the money is just there. It's because I am setting a pace to build a structure of um to build a structure that has a culture of intentionality. So that is it for me. So if you now have to go back, I'm not saying go and begin to open. I mean, if you don't even have a team, you can't do that. Go and begin to open, um, do things that are beyond. Let me put it that way: do things that are beyond you. Even if it is only you, what is the culture that you are trying to build for your brand to stand the time? To that okay, by the time you are even grown, by the time you are even blown, let's use that word. You can say, "Oh, we've been doing this from way back." I told people that one of the reasons I did 1 year NYC in a 9 to 5 is because I wanted to learn structure. Even till now, sometimes I go to ask my friends who are in 9 to 5, how does things work for you people? How do they do salary increase? How do they do appraisals and all of that? It's not because I have all the time to be doing that, but it's just because I want to have an idea because I know where I am headed. I know what I like the future that I am seeing. So if you want to build with God, you want to build with intention, you have to sit down time to time with God, even when you are losing sight of what the future is supposed to be. Sit down and be like, okay, what exactly am I seeing rather? Where is this brand headed? What do I see in the future? It sets the pace for what you do now. To be very honest, if you are a serious person, when I see that I want to, I mean, there was a time I did something with ChatGPT. I posted it on my WhatsApp of a kind of building that I wanted for Heart and Intention. That thing is constantly in my head. That okay, this is where you are headed, and to have this kind of standard, it means there are certain things I'm supposed to be doing now, setting basic structure for those things. It might seem like a lot. It might seem like you are doing too much. Yes, do the too much if it's I mean if that's what God wants you to do, right? So that's on that. You can't replace planning or doing the work with prayer. Neither can you replace vice versa. So you can't replace planning with prayer or building structure with prayer, and you can't replace prayer with planning. They both go hand in hand. So you as you are praying, you are putting in the work that you are required to do, setting all the things in place. So I want to know that we are following and that we are still here.
Guys, let's drop what we are learning in the comments. If you're learning something, let's hear from you in the comments. Let's see you. Let's feel your energy. Just something that she has said recently and you will stick with. She has said that prayer and planning go hand in hand, and you cannot separate prayer from planning. And I see a lot of business owners thinking that business is not spiritual, right? And I've said it over and over again while talking about this webinar, that in business you have to pray. You have to pray for your businesses. You have to, and even after praying, you also have to plan. Yeah. So prayer and planning go hand in hand. You don't want to always pray about your business and then you don't make any plans. Then you don't want to um plan and plan and plan and then you don't pray, right? There's so many things that come in the place of prayer. For example, I have a story. One of our best selling products, the Doings Notepad. Majority of you here, you will know it if you've been with me for a while. We launched it I think 8 months into our existence, right? And it was very random because I was talking with a friend and I was like, "Oh, I think that this I think that this product is something that I need and I think others will need." And immediately we dropped that conversation. I went on to design it, but I did not know what next to do about it. I had the design, I had the template, but I didn't know what next to do about it. But all of a sudden, one day when I was in church and we're praying and then we were just searching our spirit, the name and title, like the title of the book, the the name of the notepad, it just dropped within my spirit. And I'm like, yes, this is it. And we went on to, conclude the design and then we launched. And over the years, people are having testimonies over and over. So the thing is, let God be involved in your business. Let him be involved in your business. Don't put God apart and then put your business one way. Let you and God in your business be intertwined like this. So yeah, our speaker is back and you have the floor, ma.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, before I move to the next pillar that I mentioned, I'm going to say something about under this building structure or not. And when I'm saying building structure, I'm sure that it's sounding to somebody like one heavy word. I'm just using structure for lack of better word, but it's just basically that setting things right, not doing things lackadaisically, not doing things haphazardly, right? That's just what it means. Because yes, we all know that structure is an entire big term. It's something that if you start, you can't do it, finish it in one day. So when I'm saying structure, I'm not saying, oh, begin to hire everybody, begin to do all the document. No, I'm just saying do things properly. Don't do things like somebody that, today let me show up, tomorrow let me not show up. No. And then God gives vision, you give it form. God is going to give you a vision. He's not going to come down here and come and do it. So if he's giving you something, he already knows that you know what to do with it. Or let me not put that, because sometimes we are also confused, like, where do I start from? But he knows that in the long run, you know what to do with it, and you do it your own way. So he's not expecting you to do it like the mommy. Like I said, the mommy and I have like a similar business, but there are some things we don't do. I mean, she has her own uniqueness when she's doing product. I also have my own uniqueness, right? So when he gives you that vision, it's not going to tell you, oh, do A, do B, do C, one after the other. He expects that you already have a kind of personality that can work with that vision. I'm somebody who likes gifts. I'm somebody who likes to give gifts. I actually like to give gifts more than I like to receive it. I'm always excited when I get a gift of somebody. I don't know how many people can relate with that. But so he understands that I already have that in me and I can work with that in hearts and intentions. That's just an example of when. So there are some things I do now, there are some gifts I would give. The reason somebody else would give it is not the same reason why I would give it. So he expects that when he gives you that vision, you put a form to it, decide how you want it to be. I decided that we would have a an Instagram page to share about our team. Not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody has the I don't even know how I have the bandwidth for that. We have that. We have a YouTube page. Not every business owner has the bandwidth for that. I'm not expecting you to go and do that. You will burn out. But
Actually.
I know where I'm headed. I know what I want. Right? The two brands that are not just two, because two brands that I look up to. They are not Nigerian brands. They are not. In fact, one is not even a gifting brand. But I know that finding those two brands and being inspired to have a YouTube page was for a reason. But that's for me. So don't you always have to go back to what is God saying for me. Yes, I saw this thing somewhere. I saw another business owner somewhere. Is that something I can do? Is that something we should do? So a word is enough for the whites. So we'll move on to our next pillar, which is excellence, which I think I've already touched on that. Doing things with excellence. It's a non-negotiable. If you don't take anything home, take the fact that doing things with excellence is a non-negotiable. I want that to sink in very well because that is something that we don't see most business owners do. I know how much me and mommy share TikTok links because one business owner is doing something and we're like, why are you doing this? It's something that you would the moment I think you want to check that last comment.
Yes,
It's
yes.
something that you have to imbibe. You have to imbibe a lot, doing things with excellence. So I'm going to cite an example of a story. I'm trying to look for which one now I should cite. So there are several times in Hearts and Intentions where I I do something, I do a box or something, and I notice something in it, and I'm like, no, this can't go out. So there was a time, yes, let me use that. There was a time that we bought snacks, and I realized that they had all gotten soft. And normally, I mean, it's not open, but me, I check all those things. Like I check all of them. I try to check. Oh, is this snack nice enough to go out? What's the expiry date and all of that? I check all those things, and I realized that this biscuit was soft. Another random person could have sent it out and be like, ah, the biscuit is sha not open. It's not me that made it soft. But me, I can't do that. I could not do it. I had to discard all of them as waste, and we went ahead to buy another one. Why is mom looking like that? I had to discard all of them. Even this morning, I had a similar case of a biscuit that was supposed to go out, and I saw a very tiny hole in it. It's something that I could overlook. But when I wanted to pack, in fact, I was ready to overlook. When I wanted to pack the package, I said, no, is this me or is this empty? Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 we can hear you.
Okay. They sent me an error message, so I wanted to be sure.
Okay. You're good to go.
All right. Okay. So I was talking about doing this with excellence. So yes, very little things like that so many people will probably overlook. But as long as it concerns your business, do not try as much as possible to not overlook it. Yes, it might mean that oh you're losing money and all of that. But you never can tell what the customer or whoever is interacting with that area of your business would pick. It's as little as for us in Hearts and Intentions, we deal with shredded paper. And now we shred our papers ourselves. When I'm shredding paper, there are some parts that come out and they come out rough. Any other person could leave it there. It's part of the shredded paper. I sit down and I recheck shredded paper, like shredded paper. I sit down and I check that, oh, is this thing shredded neatly? Is this thing, how is it, does it look nice? Sometimes I'm like, auntie, it's just shredded paper. What are you doing? Because it's double work actually. After shredding, and now still sit down and begin to sort shredded paper. But for me, it's part of excellence for me. People, when you say excellence, people think it has to be something mighty. It's in the little things. There's a card um that we did, and I realized that it was not the same grammage, we call it grammage, same quality as what we were supposed to do. I had to remove it. I can still sell it and nobody would know that, oh, that's not the grammage, but my own conscience will not let me rest. So see excellence as when you do something in your business, what is that thing that you will do, except you don't have the conscience of God? What's that thing that you will do that your conscience will not let you rest? It's that's as little as excellence can be. And it's something that I need every business owner to imbibe, to be honest, because we have seen a lot. We have seen we have seen a lot, especially if you deal with printers, you will know that a lot of them, they don't have shame in this life. Let's put it like that. So I want that to be something that everybody gets to imbibe as a business owner and doing business with God. Excellence is non-negotiable, right? And under the fourth pillar, we have stewardship, we have impact. And I talked about this at the beginning on under assignments, that what is that thing that you are doing. So I'm going to pinpoint the part where we had intentional women's conference this year. Any random person would be like, why is a gift brand doing a conference? But it was part of the impact we had to do this year. um so it's asking God that, okay, well, I'm selling gifts, so I'm doing this, what other thing, what other impact are we getting to make? What We have a community called purposeful and intentional relationships community, and it's basically teaching, because it's one of the pillars for us and intention, teaching people how to build and nurture relationship, because it's very hard though, very hard. Yes, we preach, so we preach friendship, we preach building relationships, any type of relationship, even between mentor and mentee, and it is an area of impact for us. I'm not saying that your brand has to do CSR by force, but sit with God and ask, what is the influence that I am driving? Because I'm very sure that if God puts something in your heart, it's not just for I let him just put it there. There's a purpose to which he has put it. There's a reason to it, even if it is one person that you are reaching. And that was why we had it was I mean, it dropped in my heart because as at January this year, it was not in our plan. We wanted to do something for Women's Day, and in asking, oh, what can we do? And that was laid in my heart. It's very away from what, because International Women's Conference, you would think that, oh, it's one round, I mean, is a female brand kind of thing. But no. And the the messages we got after that conference made me realize why we had to do it. So sit back and ask God, okay, beyond this thing that I'm doing, what's the impact that I'm getting to make? What's the um what's going to be the influence that I'm going to drive to people, right? So those are the four pillars that I wanted to share with us. And intentionality multiplies the work that you do. In everything that you do, let it ring in your head that, how can I be intentional about this thing? It sounds like a big word, but really it's not. Like I mentioned, as simple as shredded paper, I don't put the rough ones. As long as I see it, I don't put the rough ones in gift box, because to me that's being nonchalant. So in whatever business you are doing, what are the little things that people would probably, in their own business, will probably do it, that for you it might be what stands you out. When I want to create a gift box for somebody, the first thing that is in my head is, God, what am I going to put together for this person that they are going to like or that would touch their heart? As simple as there was a time that I used to write personal notes. Like I don't know the person. I don't know the person at all. A customer comes to buy a gift for somebody, and then in the process of them telling me why they are gifting that person, I'll be like, okay, let me add this card, or let me write this thing, or let me add this sticker, and then the gift goes out, and it's that one thing, one random thing, that one random sticker that they come to talk about, and they come to mention how it's it did something for them, and I'm like, okay, okay. Wala for who know they listen to Holy Spirit though. So yes, paying attention to the seemingly little things, right? The mommy, you owe Sharon a bottle of Coke, not on Misha.
Yes, see, I owe Sharon 1 million things. I will not even lie. I owe her 1 million things. Me and Sharon will jam in the game, but Sharon has been such a sweetheart.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope that you've been able to pick one, two, three, four things here. So in case you feel like everything we have been saying since morning, you don't understand it. Let me break it down one time. So I first of all talked about assignments, which is purpose. God sent me. What did God send me to do? What did God lay in my heart to do? Um, yeah, what did God lay in my heart to do? Right? How am I going to do it? Structure. How would I build intentionally? When I wake up every day, I'm not a morning person, but if you're a morning person, you cannot, well, you will find me awake by 5, but my brain might not be, my brain might not be doing anything. You find me awake by 8. There are days I wake up, I reply my friend's message by 8, and they're like, why are you awake? But these days, I'm wanting to wake up at that time because I know that I'm supposed to put in the work and all of that. I mean, that's just part of my way of trying to build with intention. But I think I'm going to go back to my night, please. That's where you find me at mommy every day, fellow night scroller. So yes, purpose. What has God asked me to do? Structure. How am I going to do it? How am I going to build intentionally? Being a steward, service. How do I service with my heart? How do I do things with my heart? Even down to my people on my team under stewardship now. There are times that I want to I want to lash out, and I'm like, no, this is not the culture that we are building here. How else can I rephrase this message that they get the I will leave the moment to complete that for you people. And then impact. What how am I going to multiply what God has given me? What's the influence that I'm going to put out there? And that brings us to the end of today's session.
Wow, wow, wow. What an amazing session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, let's clap. Let's show our excitement in the comment section. That was a lot. And I was just smiling because when I sent her the notification for this webinar, I don't tell her anything. No, I just said this is your topic. I said this is your topic, and she has broken it down so well that even me, I have not thought about my business in this way, but I see the patterns, right? I see how I bring these things to life in different ways in my business, and it just shows how the spirit is one, that even though I have not said that, oh, I want to focus on the assignment part. Oh, I want to focus on our stewardship. I want to focus on impact. I see how we have gone to do it in different aspects of our business. Oh, I want to focus on excellence. I see how I've done this in my business, right? And it just shows how doing business with God just, it goes hand in hand with building with intention. You cannot say you are doing business God's way and then you are now doing your business anyhow. God is not an anyhow God. He's a God of order. He's a God of intentionality. God, it dey burst my head. So yes, if you have any questions for our speaker, we'll be taking questions within the next 5 minutes. But you know, um, you can connect with our speaker. You can follow her on Instagram at, is it Diolu official now? If like say you get fancy Instagram handle, or hello Diolu.
No, no,
Which
one.
one?
It's due official.
Okay, Deborah official. If you follow her on Instagram, you want to check out her business, Hearts and Intentions on Instagram. I also want to patronize. In fact, you can send gifts from Hearts and Intentions to me for bringing her to speak to you. And that's nice now. That's nice now. So you want to, so please, I'll be expecting our questions in the chat box so that we can wrap up this session. But you guys will agree with me that it has been a very, very amazing session. And the best part is that you want to it applies to every form of business, right? It's not just customizing items, because it's not just gifting that all these things apply to. You can see how to apply what you have learned tonight in your business. So Sharon asks, where do you draw the line between excellence and perfectionism? And I think it's a very good question.
Where do you draw the line? Some of us, do we know how to draw that line? um. So I think we usually know when we are beginning to overdo something, right? We usually know within us when we know that okay, this thing has gotten to a good place. For example, speaking of that shredded paper, perfectionism will be me trying to pick point every single
But
one
shred.
that I'm like is not good when I know that I can't do that. But excellence, it would be that okay, I'm trying to make this look as good as possible, right? I'm trying to look for very simple things to give that explanation. There are some things that there are some items I receive when they customize, and I know that there's nothing that can be done to this. It's not like it's very bad, but because of the kind of person that I am also someone who likes things to be perfect. But when I see them, I know that okay, this is not entirely bad, and there's nothing I can do to it. I'm just going to leave it alone. That is
The funny
me.
thing is
That
the
is
customer might not
me.
even
So it's
notice.
a different case when it comes. Exactly. So that's what I want to point out. The customer would. I know that the customer would not be bothered about it, but me, I know that if it's me, I am bothered. So that is now. If I now want to sleep on that, that is me going into being perfect.
Perfectionism.
But if it's something, and then with starting a business, some people want to sleep on being perfect. Once I've gotten, for me, there are principles to starting a business. Once I've done my CAC registration, I've gotten my bank account, I have my logo. It might not be the perfect logo that I want to start with. I have my logo, I can go ahead. But those two things, CAC registration and having my bank account, they are rule of thumb for me. For other people, it might be trying to be perfect, but for me, that's my own excellence because number one, I don't want to collect money in my personal account. Right? That is my own being excellent. So you have to now also define what is excellent for you. And trust me, when you are now beginning to overdo it, you will know that you're overdoing it.
Thank you very much. Sharon, I guess your question has been answered. Also, trust the Holy Spirit to help you to know what is excellence and what
Yeah.
is not excellence. What is just perfectionism, or you just trying to please people at the end of the day. It looks like there's no other question. Um, of course, there is the group chat, and if you can access me directly, or if you can still drop questions in the chat box, we can come back to it later, right? But thank you so much to everybody who joined tonight. You guys were the best audience. I mean, your engagement, your questions, you noting down the points. I mean, it went a really long way. And I think one thing that you want to do is to share this with your business friend, your business besties, your business friends, your friends that are business owners. Okay, so yes, till our next edition. And the best part is that the topic for the next edition just dropped in my mind, in my spirit, as we're having this session. And of course, our speaker is also ready. I have amazing, amazing people around me that, do things with God. So, yes, let's watch out for the next edition. Until the next time, I remain your host. I think I like being the host. I don't have to talk too much, even though I'm already talking too much. But yeah, good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. We'll end the stream now. Bye.